Assalamu alaikum, dear students, friends, and colleagues. I hope you all doing well, and hopefully you have watched the previous video in this regard. And again, it's a series of videos here, and the purpose is to explain to you how you can get into United States of America and get admission and financial support from universities here. So since there are pretty much several dimensional information I have to provide you, that's why you just watch these videos step by step and you will understand how you can apply here. Because the information I want to provide is about the financial support, about the admissions, about the admission requirements, and what other steps you have to take in order to apply here and ended up coming here with financial support. Today we are talking about the financial support or scholarship for international graduate students. And this step is important in the sense that here the education is pretty much expensive. Every university or every college you come in, their tuition fee, just tuition fee, is thousands of dollars. At least $30,000 or $40,000 per year is the tuition fee. And students over there in Pakistan or any other similar countries, they can't afford such a big financial burden. That's why getting or applying for financial support or scholarships, it's very important for you guys. So I'm going to explain step by step every process. Financial supports or scholarship for international graduate students. You guys are international graduate students, since anybody who is not a United States citizen or permanent resident is called an international student, any student. So you guys are international students. Who gets funding or scholarship from universities in the United States of America? Excuse me. Now, before I mention to you in details about the scholarship, first of all, you should realize, like in the United States of America, universities here, they are providing money, they are providing free education, almost free education. Then is it for everybody? It's not. It's only for specific. Obviously, the purpose of these fundings they are giving, the universities are giving, is not just benefit you, but benefit themselves as well, and benefit the USA as well. So therefore, funding is provided mainly for research degrees, including PhD or other equivalent degrees and MS degrees. So remember, whenever you are expecting some funding, some financial support, some scholarships from universities here in the USA, you must apply for research degree, which is PhD degree or MS degree or equivalent. By equivalent, I mean sometimes the title of the degree is not PhD, is different. Like say it could be Doctor of Engineering or Doctor of Science. But if it is by research, then that's fine. You can apply and you may be selected or you can be awarded a scholarship in that regard. All right. So therefore, for research degree, mainly the purpose of these scholarships are research degree student support. The reason being, when you come here, you are engaged in research with professors or other researchers. Of course, that's for your benefit as well. But you know that, I mean, United States is one of the top country in research and leading research and materializing and utilizing that research into practical applications like industry, medicine, and you name it. That's why research, advanced research, is for your benefit, for universities' benefits, as well as for the country's benefits, and eventually for the world's benefit as well. And hence, you must be engaged in some sort of research degree. And I'm very positive, I'm very sure that all of you, basically, you are coming here for the purpose of getting admitted into research degree like PhD or MS degree or equivalent. Now, sometimes it is like a little bit misconception in different people's mind, like that research degree is awarded only in the fields of sciences, engineering, and mathematics, and not in social sciences like political science or sociology or those kind of field. This is not true. Any field where you go for research degree or some research program, they award these financial supports, these funding, these scholarships. For example, a person is going for PhD in physics or MS degree in physics, definitely there are scholarship, there are financial support, and many of the Pakistani students, including myself, they came to the US that way. However, if those who think that it's only for these science students or engineering students, as I mentioned, that's not true. It is for other fields as well. For example, if you want to go and apply for a degree like MS or PhD degree, and your planning is to do research, then still there are scholarship, there are financial supports available for that as well. Even if you want to go for, like, say, English, a person want to come for English literature or English and want to do some research, like by research degree, still they're gonna award you, they're gonna give you financial support. As far as the degree is available here, suppose you have your subject such that it is in Pakistan, it is specific in Pakistan, but it is not here, then you have to apply another closer subject. Like suppose somebody has obtained a degree over there, an MSc degree in the old system, or BA or BS degree in Pakistan studies. Pakistan studies, obviously, it's not here in the United States because this is USA and not Pakistan. So you have to apply for an equivalent other degree, like, say, political science or international relations or something like that. All right, so keep this in mind. You must apply for MS or PhD or any research degree when you are expecting scholarships. For non-research, there may be some opportunities, but not that much. Okay, number two, funding is either very limited or not available for a professional degree like an MD, Doctor of Medicine degree, professional Doctor of Pharmacy degree, or any other degree by coursework only. So make sure, if somebody wants that a person gonna come here will pursue a Doctor of Medicine or MD degree, and he or she is gonna get full financial support, full scholarship, usually that's not the case. Or other professional fields as well, like, say, a person comes and want to pursue professional Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Now remember, pharmacy, some degrees or some fields are such that there are both kind of degrees available, a professional degree as well as a research degree like PhD. For example, pharmacy, if you are pursuing, say, a Doctor of Pharmacy degree by research, then that is totally included in the sciences and you can apply for scholarships and funding. But if you want to go for professional DPharm degree, then usually they're not going to give funding for that. Or alternatively, any degree which is only by coursework, by, like, say, a master's degree by coursework or something like that. So usually the funding is not available through the major funding sources. Maybe there are some small sources or some alternative ways, but they are usually negligible, not that much. Most of the financial support is available for research degrees. Let's proceed and see, like, what's next. So I hope you got it. So everybody dedicated and everybody praying for research degree, MS or PhD in any field. Again, there is no exception of science and arts or engineering or like that. If it is research degree, that is fine. Now let's proceed to the next step, which is about the sources of funding for international students. Now remember, international student, as I mentioned, is any student who is neither a US citizen nor a US permanent resident. That student is called international student. Even if somebody is here in the United States of America, but is not a citizen or resident of the United States of America, that student is considered as international student. Okay. Now there are several sources of funding for international students. Number one, funding is provided funded is provided mainly for research degrees. As I mentioned here, the rest of the sentence is not complete, but it is mainly for research degree again. Universities, your major source of funding is basically university where you apply. Okay, major source of funding they provide. It's not the US government, it's not any other organization, it's the university itself where you apply, they're gonna provide funding. They are the major sources of the funding. And suppose you want to apply for a university to obtain scholarship or funding, make sure the university gonna apply and gonna provide you, and there is a proper way. There is a proper way of applying for those funding in the universities. I'm gonna talk in a little while. I'm gonna talk about those funding sources or those fundings. Uh, Another thing I must make clear, remember there are no agents working here in the United States who can give you like provide you those funding from universities. There are no agents who help you in visa processing. There are no agents who help you in any other process. Any person who acts as agents and tells you that person will give you scholarship here in the US from universities in the form of TA-ship or RA-ship, which we're gonna discuss in a little while, that person is lying. That person is just there, just cheating and deceiving you. Or alternatively, if somebody tells you he or she's gonna help you in getting visa or some other stuff, blah 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 blah, don't trust anybody, because the US universities, they don't have any agents here or abroad. University handles everything. Every university handles everything by itself through a proper procedure, not through anybody. All right. If there are some agents, basically, I mean, just like you see some universities, they have their agents, and those agents are not basically agents who help university to get students. Those people are basically professors or administrators within the university, and usually they encourage students to apply to those degrees which are like where university earn funding, like say professional degrees or undergrads, like that. Research degrees, just like PhD or MS by research, usually nobody who represents university or who can claim this person will give you scholarship or visa on behalf of university. That's not true. So everything will happen through universities, because I see that there are different agents, different people who acts like the agents of universities or scholarships or something like that. They are just there to earn money, nothing else. Okay, they have nothing to do with the universities or the US visa sections. So universities, they are the biggest sources of providing financial support here. Another one is a Fulbright Award. The United States, it provides Fulbright Award to various countries, and Fulbright scholarships or awards, there are two different kinds. One is for MS degree and other is for PhD degree. In fact, there is a third one which is not for MS but just for some study, research or course or studies for 9 months or like that. So Fulbright scholarships are usually advertised in every country by the US, either US consulate or the American Center in Pakistan. So you have to look for them over there, not here. Another kind of financial support is jobs within universities. Here in the United States, when students come here for graduate studies or any studies, in fact, they are eligible, they are allowed to work within university for 20 hours maximum. Now remember, this is only for those students who get admission into a university and who are physically here. University will not tell you in advance, oh, you can come and just work here, your work is secured. No. If suppose somebody got an admission without financial support, without any TA-ship or RA-ship, and just mentioned to university, I'm coming on my own expenses, that person got admission, came here to a university, then he or she is allowed to work within university, not outside, within university campus for a maximum of 20 hours. All right. Now, this kind of job is not guaranteed. Students, they look for themselves, number one. Number two, a maximum of 20 hours job, remember, it does not give you money enough to cover your tuition as well as living expenses. Absolutely not. So therefore, if anybody is coming here thinking that this person will work over there, will take a job and then will support himself or herself financially, that is not true. That is not correct. because the tuition fee is an international students. When you come from outside, the tuition fee varies per year, varies from $30,000 to $40,000, depends upon university. And some good universities, it's even more than $40,000, maybe $50,000. All right, so 20 hours per week, if you work in a university, that will barely give you like maybe a week of less than $500 even. Maybe that maybe I have mentioned 500 a lot more, maybe 200, 300, and that is not enough to cover that all. So therefore, a full scholarship or any other sort of financial support is very important if you want to come here. Okay, so but if you come here, when university provides you financial support, which is the TA-ship or RA-ship, that is basically for these 20 hours maximum, which is allowed by the government. There might be other sources as well, other sources of funding, but you have to dig for those, and very limited for international students. If you are not a citizen or green card holder, very limited for international student. For their home student, there are many other sources, but for international students, you have to look your own, and it's just a chance if you find something, but not a regular sources of funding which can fund your studies fully for the entire time. So again, the purpose is the main source of financial support or scholarship, they are universities by itself. Alternatively, you may apply to Fulbright scholarships, but mainly what I'm talking here about is not Fulbright, is not working within a university and coming on your own finance. It's just about the university scholarship or university financial support.